Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is like the most inconsistent channel in the history of YouTube, but that is fine. I'm not even gonna apologize for it because it is what it is. I don't know what to say, but I get busy and I do have an actual job. Not that this is not a job for the people that make a living out of this, but I have another job and I just do this for fun. And whenever I have some free time, which is not always, I try to film things. So today I actually have some free time and I'm gonna declutter my makeup collection, which is not like a huge makeup collection, but you know, I thought like it would be fun because I have collected like a lot of makeup over the years and I have gotten rid of so much makeup, like so much makeup, but I still have like a lot to go through. And I thought it would be fun to just sit here and feel like I'm talking to somebody else, even though I'm not talking, you know, I'm talking to myself. But if somebody else is watching, then I feel like I'm not alone. You know what I mean? I don't know. That made no sense. But let's begin. So the first thing that I want to go through, it's like eyeshadows and palettes, because I have this drawer of eyeshadows and some other palettes. So let's go through it. Let's see what I'm keeping and what I'm throwing away. The Jaclyn Hill highlighter palette. This is in the color the Flare. I think I'm gonna keep this. As you can see, it's like pretty much new. I only tried like this color once and I wasn't like a really big fan. I'm more into like the natural glowing type of makeup, and I feel like these are like very pigmented. Oh my god, I just realized that my ring light was off because I saw it in the reflection of the mirror. This channel is just a reflection of my life. It's a small mess. Nothing works. I'm all over the place and that's just my real life. So welcome. It is what it is. I have a hair in my mouth. So I bought this during like a sale when they were kind of like getting rid of all this stock, and I really wanted to try it because I had heard so many good things. These were like the only shades, the only palette that they had left. I could be like super wrong, but I think this is more for darker skins. So honestly, the only one that I can really use out of this palette is this one. Maybe I could use a little bit of this like as a blush topper or something, but I don't know that I'm like a big fan of the formula either. I'm gonna keep it just because it's brand new. I just bought it a few months or weeks ago and I only tried it once. I should really give it like another chance before I throw it away. So I'm keeping this. Also keeping the Christy collab with Cosmetics. This palette is the cutest thing that I've ever seen in my life. I still haven't used it. It's brand new, as you can see. The things, the plastic is still in there. Never been touched. I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm a really big fan of hers and I really wanted to support her, and the palette looks so amazing and that's why I bought it. But honestly, I haven't worn eyeshadows in like, I think like more than a year. So I am planning on using it, just, you know, when the time comes that we can go out and do stuff. I have this Tarte palette which never been used, but one of my little cousins got her hands on it and kind of like destroyed it. Honestly, not really a big fan of these shades and I don't think like the quality is that good, so I'm just gonna toss this. Another Jaclyn Hill palette. This is so old. Can you see how this is not even white anymore? And I used to love this palette. I think this is already even expired of how old it is, but I used the Champagne Pop a lot, and this was the other one, Prosecco Pop. I used to mix them together, and this blush was my favorite blush of all time. I think I'm gonna keep it because this was like one of like the first palettes that I ever bought when I kind of like got into makeup. So it's more like for sentimental value, but I don't think that I should be using these shades because I truly believe that they are expired at this point. this little Essence bronze. I'm gonna keep this. I don't know, like they're everyday shades that I can use anytime. Why not? I have this that I think I got this in like a Ipsy bag or like a boxy charm or whatever. Never been used. I don't think that I'll ever use this palette, so I'm giving this away. Carly Bible BH Cosmetics. I feel like I have other palettes that I like more and that have the same kind of like color scheme, so I'm gonna throw this away, and it's also like a few years old, so probably expire as well. The Mario palette, I used to be obsessed with this palette. I really liked it. I don't know if I should keep it just because it's really old and I don't think that I should be applying this to my face, to my eyes. It's like such a hard decision to make. I'm gonna put this in like a maybe pile because this also was like one of the first palettes that I ever purchased, so it's hard to let it go. Now this is the Desi and Katie Friendcation, my favorite palette of all time. I love this palette. Anytime when I used to travel more or go to more parties, this is like the palette that I would always use. I love like the transition shades. I love this kind of like gold topper here. Beautiful. The blues, it's perfect. I'm keeping this one. I'm also keeping the Kathleenlights Dream Street palette. And oh my gosh, this is my favorite transition shade. This is the first time in my life that I ever hit pan on an eyeshadow. Love this palette. And as you can see, a lot of my purchases are influenced by influencers. I used to buy a lot of their collections, not so much anymore. BH Cosmetics, this is the Ultimate Brow Palette. I actually used it like a few times, but not a big fan. This palette has so much freaking glitter, so much, it's crazy. Like I couldn't use it, so no. This is, oh my gosh, this is the first this all over the place. This is the first palette that I built, like when C palettes were a thing and everybody used to use the Makeup Geek shadows. This is the first palette that I ever built myself. I clearly loved this shade a lot. I do love these shadows, but they're also old, so I think I'm gonna let them go. The Kat Von D Shade and Light, I think like I used it once in a tutorial and I never used it again. So Kylie Cosmetics, I used to have so many of her palettes. I gave most of them away. This palette is okay. It's not like the best quality. They're not like the most pigmented shadows. I always kept it because of the blue, because I thought like I could do something with it. I thought it was like super different. But honestly, I never used it, so it's time to go. This I'm also keeping. This is like the first Desi, Katie and Dose of Colors collection. This is also very well loved around here, so I am keeping this one. This little guy here, oh my god, honestly, it's just not for the everyday person. If you're a makeup artist and you do makeup on a lot of people, then probably yeah, you're gonna get like a good use out of it, but it's not the right fit for me. So throwing it away. Also super old and expired. I also have an extra of the Nars Creamy Concealer, which is one of my favorites. This is like a backup that I purchased. Don't know why it's in here. Don't know why this is in here either. And this I bought because I wanted to do like Halloween makeup, which I never got around to. I kind of like played with it a little bit, but I never actually used it. So this is also going in the trash. This is what I'm keeping. It's very minimum, but it's all the palettes that I actually love and use constantly. I'm really happy with my choices. I'm really happy with what I'm keeping. Don't come for me. Ay, se me durmió la pierna. I'm moving on to this very messy drawer that you can see here. I'm gonna start with primers because I don't use primers anymore, so I am getting rid of all of them. These are all the primers that I have, and out of all of these I'm only gonna keep 2, I think. I don't really use primers anymore. I think that for the look that I go for, which is like glowy and hydrated, I don't need primer. I can get the same results only with my skincare. So, you know, there's no need for me to purchase very expensive primers that I honestly don't think that they do anything for me. This is like shine killer, because back in the day I wanted to be all matte, but that's not the look that I'm going for anymore. I have this L'Oreal Lumi. These are old, by the way. The Too Faced Hangover. I got through most of it. These I bought when I wanted to be like a makeup artist. I quit that very, very quickly. The Hourglass whatever, mineral primer. I used to love this back in the day. This is the NYX version of the Hourglass one. They're like kind of dupes. I have this Makeup Forever Step 1. This one kind of like breaks my foundation. This one I'm gonna keep because I don't really use it as a primer, but when I'm not wearing makeup, I can use it to kind of give myself like a little bit of a glow when I'm not wearing makeup. I'm keeping this. I can use it like on my mom or friends when I'm doing their makeup. And this MAC Strobe Cream, I really like this one, but I think I'm just gonna give it away because I don't really reach for it anymore. I have so many lashes, and the last time that I wore lashes, it was for like a wedding, kind of like at the end of like 2019, when weddings were still a thing, you know. We would get invited to weddings and we would go. I'm gonna keep them because I don't think that these expire. I have more here and here and here and here. I have a bunch of them, but I'm just gonna keep them because, you know, you never know. Oh look, this is another primer. This is the Fenty matte, I think. This is the soft matte. I don't aim to be matte any longer, so I am getting rid of it. Although if that is what you want to achieve with your makeup, very good primer, just not for me anymore. I have a lot of foundations that are not even my shade. My favorite drugstore foundation is the Matte and Poreless foundation, the Fit Me one. At least it was back in the day. I haven't used it in a long time, but these are not my shades. I'm keeping this one. This is the True Beige. Also the infallible L'Oreal. I'm not a big fan of the Pro Matte, but I do like the Pro Glow, so I'm not gonna keep this. I don't use it. This is the Kat Von D Locket foundation. I got this as a gift. Never ever has been used, and I don't think that I'll ever use it, if I'm completely honest. I see a lot of people wear it and it just looks like so heavy. It's just not my vibe. I'm more about like natural makeup, and this is not it. Giorgio Armani foundation. This is like my favorite foundation of all time. I don't know why I kept this because there's nothing else in there, but I do love this foundation and I am going to repurchase it. This is the Nars what is this, long something, Radiant Long Wear foundation. Love this foundation, as you can tell, like over here, very well loved. Use this all the time. I used to mix this with the Giorgio Armani. Beautiful, love it. And this True Match, I don't really like it. It's not even the right shade for me. Don't know what I purchased it. Pretty fresh thing from Colourpop. Like it. I'm gonna keep it because it's good for kind of like everyday makeup. Really like it. These concealers from LA Girl. This was like all the rage a few years ago because they were so inexpensive and everybody loved them, and I wasn't very smart with my purchases back in the day, so I bought everything and anything that the internet told me to buy. Waste of money. I have these color correctors. Waste of money. They're also from LA Girl, by the way. This CoverGirl True Blend. I really do like it. I think it's a good concealer. It's just not for me. It's a little bit heavy and I have very dry under eyes. If you don't have dry under eyes and you're looking for full coverage concealer, really, really good. It's just not for me. I even have 2 shades, but I need more of like a hydrating concealer. 2 mini Nars. I love that concealer. This ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealers, not my favorite. Neither one of them was my right shade. I purchased different ones, could never figure it out. Their shade range is very, very weird. So nope. Probably expired lash glue. I'm getting rid of this setting spray NYX Dewy Finish. There's nothing wrong with it other than it's really, really old. I have these glitters. This is the Midnight Cowboy Heavy Metal, and this is a Cover FX Shimmer Bell. I don't think I'm ever gonna use this. I also have this highbrow thing, never been used. And these are eyeliners, which I'm gonna keep the 4 of them. This is a backup from the Benefit Roller Lash. This is one of my favorite mascaras for like every day. It's what I'm wearing today, and I always have backup. So far, this is what I'm keeping. Wait, this is what I'm keeping. It looks very empty compared to how it looked before. I'm gonna find a better way to organize these drawers. I want to have like everything separate, but for now I'm just gonna keep it like this. Okay, I have another drawer. I promise I'm almost done. I only have 3 more drawers to go through, or 2, I don't know. These are kind of like blushes, bronzers, highlighters, you know, etc. Okay, so this Fenty Beauty, what are these? The Kilowatt highlighters. I have a real question for anybody that owns this. Do any of you really like them? Because I feel, and this is my personal opinion, when this collection was released, I remember watching all the YouTubers that got the PR packages videos, and most of them use that very yellow shade that they released with these Kilowatt highlighters, and everybody was talking about how awesome the highlighters were, and then I never heard anybody ever talking about them again. So they got like amazing reviews, and they were only used on that one video, but never heard anybody else mention these highlighters again. And I actually don't like them. I don't think they're good highlighters. I think they're chunky. I think they emphasize texture in your skin. Even if you don't have any texture, it's gonna look like you have texture. I don't get it. I don't like either of them. I have 2 shades. I have the Girl Next Door and Chick Brick. I think it's how you say that. And Mean Honey and Hustler Baby. What a waste of freaking money. And let me tell you, I do like Fenty as a brand. I think they have amazing products, but these are not it. I'm just gonna do the highlighters. I have these 2. This is the Mirami Highlighter, and this is Chasing the Sun. They're both good. I don't really use them a lot because they're a little too dark for me. If I mix them with the other one that they released, I think it's called Fuego, they look good, but I cannot use them on their own because they're just too dark. But I'm gonna keep them because I do get some use out of it. Highlighters. This is the MAC Nutcracker Sweet Copper Face Compact, and this has Whisper of Guilt and Pleasure Model. I've had this for a couple of years, and I'm just not gonna get rid of it because I remember when it has like a lot of sentimental value for me. I bought this in the, I think it was like the Bahamas. I was on a cruise, and in every port, like every island that we would stop, I would stop at the MAC and ask for these, and they were sold out everywhere. Like here in Miami where I live, they were sold out in every store. I wanted it so bad because everybody would say how amazing Whisper of Guilt was. And I think it was like in the Bahamas that I was able, there was like one store that had it and I purchased it. And I don't know, it brings memories. So I'm just gonna keep it for that reason, but not to use it. Laura Geller Gilded Honey. Everybody used to love this highlighter. I think it's a great highlighter. Mine kind of like broke, but it's time for it to go. I'm just not like a big fan of Too Faced as a brand, and I don't think like this highlighter is that good anyways. The packaging is like super big. It's not something that you can kind of like carry with you, so I'm gonna give this away. This Fenty beauty stick, this is in the color Tripping. I don't know why I bought this because it's obviously too dark for me. I don't know what I was thinking. I have used it before as like a blush topper, but I don't really use it that much. I look at a lot of this makeup and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like when I purchased these things, like what was I thinking? I have 3 more highlighters, and these are like the Kylie Jenner. I think this was like a summer collection that I did like a whole video on it. I purchased the whole collection. Also, what was I thinking? I think that was like $300, the $300 and something to purchase the whole collection. I ended up giving most of the things away. Don't judge me for my past choices in life. I was a different person back then. But I actually do like these highlighters. They're a little too intense for kind of like the look that I aim for these days, but I really do like them. I think they're great highlighters. I have 3 shades. I think I'm gonna keep Fiji. Is it Fiji or Santorini? I haven't used them in, I think it's Fiji. Oh, Fiji is the one that I really like. It's such a beautiful highlighter. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna keep Fiji, which is the one that I like the most, and then I'm gonna get rid of Santorini and Tahiti. Or should I keep the 3 of them? I don't know if I should get rid of these ones. I really like them, so I'm gonna keep the 3 of them actually. And the last highlighter that I have is this Benefit Cookie highlighter. I actually do really like it. I use it a lot. A little goes a long way. So I'm gonna keep this one because I do think that it's a good highlighter. It can get like really heavy, but if you do like a light wash, you'll be fine. This is a Patrick Star, another influencer collab. It's an okay powder, not a big fan. I used to love this powder, but I don't think there's anything in it anyway. Like, I think it's empty, so I should be throwing that away. Bronzers, I have this butter bronzer, which is old and apparently doesn't even close anymore, so that's a sign. I don't know why I bought this. This was like another YouTube made me do it type of purchase. This right here sucks. The bronzer is actually really good. I do love the bronzer, but if I could get the bronzer on its own without this little guy here, I would really appreciate it. This is old, so it has to go. Hoola Benefit Foundation. Love this thing, never getting rid of it. This is like a brand new one that I got, so keeping it. Also have this Gold Rush. I think this is a blush. Yes, Nectar blush. I've never used it. It's not old. This one is kind of new. I got this, I think it was a gift. I'm actually gonna start using it. It looks like a color that I would really like. So I didn't even know that I had this. These are gel liners, which are probably super dry and don't even work anymore. This is Espresso and Black is Black, and these are from L'Oreal Infallible. I love these eyeliners, but I think they're dry. I don't even think they work anymore. Oh no, look, it's not dry. Okay, maybe I'm keeping them. I also have this MAC Cheeky Bronze that I like. I'm just gonna keep this one because it's good. This is either a ColourPop sponge or a Fenty Beauty sponge that has not been washed in years, and it's probably full of mold on the inside. And the last blush that I have is this Flower Bomb blush bomb, Flower Beauty blush bomb. Love these blushes, can't say enough good things about them. And lastly on this drawer is this Laura Messier powder. This is the brightening, secret brightening powder for under eyes. It's not my vibe at the moment, but it is a good powder, so I'm gonna keep it, you know, just for the future, you know, in case like I need it. Like I'm gonna keep it as a backup because you never know. And I also have this. This is a great little tool if you struggle with your eyeliner like I do with like your cat eye. Great little guy. You just put it like here where you're gonna do like your line, and you like, you know, amazing. This is what I'm keeping on this drawer. Everything looks so much prettier when it's not full of crap. This is more than enough. I have bronzers that I love, blushes that I love, highlighters that I love, setting powders that I love. I don't need anything else. Okay, people, I promise I'm almost done. I only have to go through one bag of makeup and then this drawer of lippies. A lot of these are Kylie Cosmetics, because the thing with lipstick is that, so a few years ago I didn't have to get, it's a long story, but I had to get adult braces, and I was so unhappy with my braces. And it, you know, there's nothing wrong with having adult braces, but there were a lot of things happening, and that just kind of like added to my very low self-esteem at the moment. So I stopped using lipsticks altogether because I didn't want to bring more attention to my lips. Like I didn't want people looking at my lips and then realizing that I had braces. So I stopped purchasing. I haven't purchased one lipstick in, I would say, like 2 years. It's already been 2 years since I took my braces off, and honestly, like it's like I have to get used to seeing myself with lipstick again. Like when I look at myself, I look super weird. And now with the pandemic, you know, we have to wear masks, so I don't see the point of wearing lipstick because of the mask. I do love lipsticks, but I need to get used to seeing myself in them, if that makes sense. So a lot of these are Kylie Cosmetics, and I think I'm just gonna get rid of all of them because they are old. They are very, very old, and honestly I don't like matte lipsticks anymore. It was like one of those things that like everybody used to wear matte lipsticks, the liquid lipsticks, but it doesn't look good on me because my lips have a lot of lines on them, so they would start to break after a few hours. It's just not a cute look, and whatever. So all Kylie Cosmetics, KKW, they're all leaving my house today. I can't believe I used to spend so much money on Kylie Cosmetics. and now I don't even know what they're releasing anymore. I don't even follow them on Instagram anymore. I unfollow so many makeup companies, makeup gurus, because you know, you have to declutter your mind, your phone, your room, your house, everything. I have these Kylie minis also. They're leaving to another empty box. Am I the only one? Because I find it so hard to get rid of like the packaging. I don't know why. Like sometimes they're so pretty. Not this one, but like this one, that I find it hard to let go of them. And I just keep them around until one day I'm like, why are you here? This is the ColourPop I Love Sorry Arriba. I'm gonna keep this because it's a really nice red. I'm gonna keep those lipsticks that I like. These are the Katie and Desi collection as well. Again, don't judge me. This is another dose. This is Chocolate Wasted. It's such a pretty color. I'm keeping that. This Anastasia is super old, and this is like the pure Hollywood that everybody loved back in the day. ColourPop. This is what is this? Moonchild. I actually loved this gloss. Let's see if I still love it. I'm gonna keep this one because it's actually really nice. I like it. I have this gloss. This is what I was wearing at the beginning of the video. This is the over the top. I have this Maybelline that I'm keeping. I love these lipsticks and they're so inexpensive, like really great quality. So are glosses from Shuer. I don't even know how to say the name of that brand, but very cute glosses. This is a gloss from MAC, and this is Calypso Bait. I'm gonna keep it. And then I have these two NYX lip liners. These are nude. This is like a Rimmel London lip liner. And these two, this is a MAC, what is this? Ruby Woo, and this is another NYX. I'm gonna keep them all just because I don't own that many lip liners. This is how the drawer looks now. Very empty. My goal for this year is to actually buy more lip liners and lipsticks that I actually do like and enjoy, and just being like feeling good again wearing them. And the last thing that we're gonna declutter, which I promise this is the very last thing that I have, it's this makeup bag that I carry around with me everywhere I go. This just never leaves my side, and this is like my most used like everyday makeup. I have this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter setting powder. I gave it like a bad review last year when it first came out, but I actually take back everything I said because this is my #1 powder now. I love it. I only have good things to say about it. I think it was the eye cream that I was using at the time that made me not like it, and I thought it was the powder, but it wasn't. I stopped using that eye cream, and now I love this one. This Too Faced bronzer, even though I don't really like the brand, I do like this bronzer and I have it, so I'm gonna continue using it until it runs out. MAC Fix Plus, I could never get rid of it. Goes with me everywhere I go. This is the other highlight that I was talking about earlier. This is Fuego. This is my go-to highlighter. Love it. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish. I'm not gonna open it because it shattered the other day, and if I do, it's gonna make a big mess. But I don't know if you can hear it. It's all broken inside. This Fenty stick, I use it to contour. I like it. It's okay. Love this Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. I recently purchased this and I am obsessed. It's what I'm wearing right now in my face. It's everything that I'm looking for in a tinted moisturizer. Foundation. I use it as foundation, but love this. I use the color Light Neutral. This is super old and beat up, so I have another backup of the Overtop lip gloss, mascara. Oh my gosh, this, can you look? This is gross. This is disgusting. Like, why do I still have this? And the worst thing is, like, I was still using it every day up until recently. I've had this for years and I used to use it every day until a few months ago, and it's like it never runs out. There's no end to this blush. It had a good run, but I can no longer in good conscience put this in my face. Like, I really do believe that this is very, very expired, and I it's more of like a safety concern. And by the way, this is the Luminoso blush from, I think this is Milani. The brand is not even there anymore. Like, you can't even read anything on the back, but I'm pretty sure this is Milani. It was a good blush. This Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb, amazing, one of my everyday favorites. I have these Rare Beauty concealers. This has become my favorite concealer. I wear it every day. It's what I'm wearing right now. I don't wear anything anymore, not even my Nars creamy concealer, which was my all-time favorite. This has replaced it. It's such a good hydrating concealer. Like, the way that it blends, the way that it sets, just everything about it, it's good. This Becca thing, this is the under eye brightening corrector. Also, I think it's time to let it go. I do like it, so I'm gonna repurchase it, but this specific one, I just think that it's time to go. I have this lip liner, which is what I was wearing at the beginning of the video. This is a MAC Oak, very, very pretty. Another Flower Beauty blush. I don't know what the color is anymore because it got like erased from here, but it's a really pretty blush. It's what I'm also wearing now. And I just purchased this KKW lip liner. It's definitely not the right shade for me. It's super, super light. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this. And my other concealer, this is the Nars Creamy in the shade Custard, that I love. And that's all the makeup that I have. I have like scissors and things to plug my eyebrows and, you know, a little face razor. And that's it. That is all the collection, all the things that I'm keeping, all the things that I'm getting rid of, and the reasons why I am. I hope this video was not super boring. I know it's kind of like long, but there was like kind of like a lot of things to go through, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.